Hi my loves, we're going to be doing a pick a pile reading today about how are they feeling about you currently, the person on your mind. This can be a romantic connection, a boss, a friend. I will read as if it's a romantic connection because I know for most people that will be what they're asking about, but you can adapt what I say to make it apply to you. But remember, this is a general reading. This is not a personal reading. I recommend getting a personal reading. This is entertainment only, especially as I have so many new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. But if it resonates, it may well be your message. So that's for you to use your discernment. Okay, this is going to be pile 1. Today I'm going to start by pulling an oracle card from each of the decks and then going into tarot. So this deck and this frog will be pile 1. We're doing pick a frog today. This will be pile 2, this frog, and this will be pile 3. I will put timestamps below, but I'm going to first of all do a little chat with people who are interested. So if you don't want to hear that, you can go and look at the timestamp and go to pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. You may want to listen to more than one if you have multiple people, or if the first one doesn't resonate, as you like. Also, you may want to skip through the timeline and see where you land and use it as a kind of intuitive oracle. Okay, but first of all, I just wanted to talk about, I've just got back from my holiday. It was amazing. I manifested the whole thing for free, including I spent £11 at the end of the holiday. Bear in mind, Bermuda is so expensive. It costs like $12 to get a roll of tape, sellotape, and like $9 for a thing of juice from a supermarket. It's the most expensive place you can go because it's an island and everything's imported. And the dollar is the same as the pound now. But at the end of my holiday, I'd only spent £11, including like my dinners and my cocktails. If you want to hear about how I manifested all of that for free, have a look at my last 2 videos. I talk about it and I give some very good instructions for how to manifest within that. And the other thing that was weird is the whole thing felt very set up. And what I didn't mention in those videos is what I was going to retrieve from the safe for my mother, which was the reason I had to go, which was very weird and manifested. It wasn't like something that would normally happen. There is something within that is very helpful to them for a major manifestation that they are trying to, that is manifesting for them at the moment. And it was all totally set up by my mother's relatives in spirit, I feel, as well as me kind of helping that manifestation come into being. But that's how I like to manifest, in a way that everything is working for everyone. Like every part of the puzzle for how that manifestation unfolded was perfect for all people involved. It was a perfect manifestation for everyone and is part of a bigger manifestation. So watch those videos. They're actually really like, if I didn't know about manifestation and I watched those videos, I think it's all you need to manifest. But I have a whole playlist on manifestation as well. It covers a lot though: bridge of incidents, visualization, how things that seem like they're not going in your favor, you can flip them to be something that is actually beneficial for you in the long run, all of that stuff, and how you kind of drop your desire and you just release, which is a major point in manifestation. Okay, so honestly, this whole trip that's just happened is my best manifestation to date, because all aspects of it were just perfect and it was effortless and it was like the most amazing trip I've ever had, honestly. And it's not like I was trying I was trying to spend money by the end of the trip. I was trying to spend the credit the hotel gave me. But because I was basically, so first of all, the frogs we're using today came from a relative of mine in Bermuda. Well, from a friend of his who is a family friend of ours who died last year, and he collected frogs. And I went to my relative's house, and he lives in the most haunted house in Bermuda. And this was a collection of the frogs belonging to our family friend who had lived there until his death. And he said to me, my relative, you should take some of this person's frogs collection, because he collected frogs. And he was very adamant that I take the Jade frogs. There were more. I've given some to my parents. And then that night I met someone at my hotel bar called Jade. And the reason he was called Jade is because his father had another son who died as a child or as a baby who was called James. And so that's the family like tradition to name their child that. So he wanted to call him Jade as a lucky version of that name. Now Jade is not a normal man's name, and I had these frogs in my bag as we were chatting at the bar. He bought me a drink. He was the bartender, but also he comes from a very old Bermuda family, and it was just all so synchronistic. It was definitely like a soul connection. I have a video on different types of soul connections. We had a holiday romance. We're still speaking every day, but you know, he's thousands of miles away from me, and I think we both just had an amazing time together. It was a genuine connection. He is psychic and a medium as well, and we could speak about that. He described how I was feeling in my body when we were both feeling a ghost. Like, we were so connected. It was so easy. It was so loving and kind, even though it was a short thing, but we're still speaking. I am planning to go back to Bermuda to write a novel next year. But you know, so there is some incentive for us to speak. But I wanted to mention this because it was the first thing that felt truly fated since I'd met my twin flame. Nothing like a twin flame connection, but a beautiful soul connection. And they can be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I discussed that in my video. But the point is, this person lives thousands of miles away from me, and he's contacting me every day for no reason other than he's truly interested in me, right? And we have a connection. So I just want to mention this because this reading is, how do they feel? And even like, if someone truly cares about you, I don't think you need to honestly ask that. But I understand a lot of people are dealing with a twin flame, or they're watching this for fun, which is fine. But just think about that fact that like, this person has no reason to contact me, but he's being kind. He's contacting me. He's genuinely interested in me. He's thousands of miles away from me. We don't know when we're going to see each other again. There's every like excuse for him never to contact me again. Do you see what I mean? That's how someone will behave when they're truly interested in you. So I just kind of want to premise this reading with that. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, and I also, the weirdest thing about this manifestation is the first thing in the Bridge of Incidents was actually me doing the radio. So if you're a regular client of mine, or you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know I used to have a radio show. I stopped doing it because it became a lot of work. My twin flame has a radio show. I got really upset because he had someone reading tarot on it, which is something we'd spoken about doing. Then out of the blue, my old radio, someone I used to work with in radio, asked me to come and read tarot on their show. I did that. Then he begged me to let someone live with me who was the intern for the company. And that was really good because when I was away on holiday, there was someone looking after my home and my pets. I don't want to do the radio anymore. I realized that, like, why am I doing it? I was just doing it to prove a point that, like, I could do it too, or it was just part of that manifestation, because actually next year I'm writing a book. I've got a solo show of my tarot deck, which includes also new sculptural works and stuff. That's 2 massive projects. I also have my YouTube channel that I'm growing, and my readings for my clients, which are paid. Like, do I need to read tarot for free on radio just to make a point? No, I don't. And I can do it whenever I want. But I didn't realize that that was part of the manifestation for this holiday, which was actually part of a bigger manifestation for my parents, and potentially for me moving potentially to New York and spending time in Bermuda. So this is a massive actually thing, you know, a massive thing. But it started with me being asked to go back on the radio. Sorry, Solstice is underneath causing mayhem. Where are you, Angel? Come up. Here she is. She's underneath causing mayhem. So that was just a little behind the scenes info for people, just to say you never know how your Bridge of Incidents is playing out or what is part of that manifestation. Also, it's very good for me to know, like, okay, I could have done that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm in terms of the radio, because I'm going to focus on my projects and what I actually want to do. But I know I can always do it. But weird, right? Anyway, so we're choosing from these frogs today. But it's just strange that they're these jade frogs, and then I met this soul connection and he's called Jade. So it's all very beautiful and wonderful and magical, and life is, and manifestation is real. So I think I've rambled enough. Check out those videos. We're going to start with pile 1. I am going to make a note of what the times are of the piles, because that makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so we'll start pile 1, and we'll start it at 10 minutes. All right, I'm gonna connect in now to pile 1. Connecting in, please, asking Archangel Michael to wrap me in a bubble of love, light, and protection for the duration of this reading. Connecting in to anyone who picks this pile, delivering clear messages for how the person on their mind is feeling about them. Closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields, and wrapping us in universal love, light, and protection at the end of the reading. So we're going to start with one of these cards. How is the person on your mind feeling about you? Pile 1. How is the person on your mind feeling about you? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? They likely feel that you are someone significant on their path. They may feel that you're very supportive to them. They may be a bit afraid of following this path. There's a bit of fear in this, as if like they may know that it's part of their path, but they may feel afraid to take that walk. This person is quite alone in this as well. They may have felt like they've been quite alone on their path or in their journey. This is giving me kind of 4 of Wands vibes, this building in the background. It feels like you might have been a portal to this person towards some kind of awakening. It feels like this person is kind of having some kind of awakening or gaining some kind of insight here. On the back of the deck, you have the protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval card. So there may be some unhealthy attachment in this connection that this person kind of is aware of as well. It may be that they need to call back their power and cut cords with someone in their life though. I would recommend you do cord cutting with this person though, because it's good for any kind of connection to bring fresh energy in. I have a cord cutting meditation for sale on my Etsy that's really good. This person likely feels a bit left out in the cold. As I said, they feel like they're in this kind of insular journey. It's a very similar image to this image that we just saw, in that it's someone walking out in this kind of barren landscape, and there is something better they're walking towards, but they may feel a bit isolated. And similarly, the 5 of Pentacles is a card of someone deciding to take a walk in the snow in a difficult, hostile environment when they could be inside this church having, you know, whatever, cucumber sandwiches, or just being part of this community, but they know it's not right for them, so they're taking an alternative route that feels difficult in the short term, but it's leading them towards something better. This person is maybe missing you, but also this person may need to walk away from something. Also, for some of you, you have cut cords with this person. Maybe you're a client and you've done my cord cutting, something like that, but you may have distanced yourself from this person because there has been a third-party situation or some heartbreak, and this person is kind of missing you as a result of you doing that. For some of you, there is a third party that needs to be walked away from. So this person feels some kind of connection to you, but it does feel also difficult. It feels painful. It doesn't feel easy. How is this person feeling? But look, see, I was just talking about this. So you went from the 5 of Pentacles, which is the card of taking that walk in the snow, right? Away from what doesn't serve you, and I said it's ultimately leading to something better. Well, the 6 of Pentacles is that it's the more balanced thing. So this person likely wants to actually be able to offer you something. This is a card of someone offering something. It can be that in the past this person has breadcrumbed you, has made you really beg for whatever gifts they've given you or whatever time and attention they've given you. If you didn't listen to my intro, I did talk about the fact that, you know, if someone cares about you, they will pay attention to you. You may have felt like this person really didn't care about you. They may have made you wait for a really long time. I think they're aware of how much they've hurt you. I do think with this Fool card flipping over, they likely want to have some kind of new beginning with you, and they likely want healing in this connection, but this has not been an easy connection. And one or both of you may have some limiting beliefs and fears you need to release. There may be some pain and fear. There's a lot of fear. I said it from the beginning. But there is this kind of deep soul connection or intuitive knowing between you. I wouldn't say deep soul connection for all of you, actually. I would say there's some kind of intuitive knowing. For some of you, there could have been secrets and deception and things that were unsaid and conflict within a group. This person feels like they want to give, but they also feel afraid of giving. They feel they need to protect themselves, hold themselves back. They may have a lot to offer, but not be very open with offering it. Some people don't have a lot to offer and want to offer it. Other people have a lot they could offer and they don't offer it. So better to have someone who wants to offer stuff even if they can't offer you that much, you know, financially or whatever, than have someone who has a lot but keeps it to themselves. This person is kind of a bit of a miser in terms of their energy and maybe even their finances. It may be that they are actually giving to it, because we've had the King of Pentacles, now the Queen, and the Nine of Pentacles. It almost feels to me like they're giving their time, energy, and potentially like money to another person. And you're this kind of other person there that is fending for yourself. So it could be like some kind of third party situation where they're married or something, and you're kind of just getting the crumbs and having to be very independent in yourself, which is fine. And that's a good energy to be in. But if you want someone who's actually going to give equally to you, is this person able to do it? It feels to me like this person knows you want something and they aren't able to offer you that for whatever reason. But how do they feel about you? We haven't really had we had cards of wanting to heal something difficult. We've had cards of feeling that there's a connection, but we haven't had how they actually feel about you, apart from that they feel maybe regret. I would say this person feels regret. How do they feel? King of Pentacles again. How do they feel? Page of Swords. They feel like the King of Pentacles, but they can only give you the Page of Swords. It's kind of a similar thing of like, they feel like they do have stuff to offer. This may be a boss, this may be someone you know through work, but it feels like whatever they give you is only like page energy. So it's not very you know, they maybe can offer you something, but maybe it's more work based or friendship based. It's not emotional. That's what, like, they can't offer you something emotional because they're too scared. So instead they may offer you small things around friendship or work, or I don't know, small immature communication. But how do they feel? Well, there's that Queen of Pentacles again. So if you know you're in a third party situation, then the fact that they're with someone else is how they feel. They feel that that's an issue, you know, they feel that. Because I don't feel like that Queen of Pentacles is about you. How do they feel about the person watching this? Be clear. Two of Pentacles. It feels like they're juggling options and they can't offer much and they feel anxious. So I would say that my reading on this is that this is a third party situation for most people. If not, pick a different pile. But their energy is invested in someone else, all that glitters. And maybe they have a relationship with someone that is very much based on their finances or superficial things. You know, the King and Queen of Pentacles in their negative aspect can be people who are a bit superficial and materialistic. If we're looking at the shadow side of it, your connection seems to me to be something more 5D and interesting and ethereal, but they may not understand it. They may be scared of it, and it gives them a feeling of fear, chaos, and conflict. You know, they're trying to fit in and be normal, even though they're kind of a zebra pretending to be a giraffe, or a giraffe pretending to be a zebra. I can't really tell, nor can they. They're not what they seem to be. There's more going on with them. Maybe they feel like you're home in some way. There's a spiritual dimension to this, and likely some kind of soul connection for some of you. But at the same time, they are either consumed by materialistic things or work, or they're in a connection where it's much more practical. And it feels like they may have kept you waiting or something like that. And basically how they feel about you right now is anxious, sorry, wanting healing, but not able to offer you much. So I think that's pretty much all I need to say for that pile. Let's just see. Anything else for pile 1? King of Wands. There may be someone else coming in for you. I would say that you should be having good firm boundaries with this person. Express your needs. Don't go back on them. I feel there's going to be a new beginning for you. This is likely very karmic, especially to release wounds around abandonment. You may feel abandoned by this person. They may have been in and out of your life and inconsistent. They may be communicating with you soon if you haven't heard from them, but their communication is small and in some ways emotionally not very mature. So just bear that in mind. I hope that's helpful, pile 1. I'm going to go ahead now to pile 2. I can find my pen. Get a personal reading if you need one. Much love, light and positivity to you all. Closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields and wrapping us in universal love, light and protection. Okay, let's go now to pile 2. Connecting in please to pile 2, Spirit. Showing your chances, changes, possibilities, probabilities, anything we need to know for pile 2 and how the person on their mind is feeling about them. Connecting into my higher self, my team of light, my angels, ancestors and guides, closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields and wrapping us in universal love, light and protection, and asking for protection for me throughout this process. I'm getting potential freedom. I was getting purity as well, and the Great Mother. So there could be some kind of divine feminine vibe to this. This is the frog you chose. It's a very beautiful frog. Okay, let's get one of these oracle cards just to start. How is the person on pile 2's mind feeling about them right now? How is their person feeling about them? 10th house, the world. So this is about end and beginning of cycles. It can be that you are everything to this person. You complete them in some way. There could be something about one or both of you being in the public eye. Past life stuff could be a factor here. They feel, especially if you've had like a glow up and you're doing something where you're in a public sphere, I think they feel very drawn to you because of that. Let's see with tarot. How is pile 2's person feeling about them? They are feeling like they may have abandoned you in some way or been deceptive. For some of you, how something appears on social media may not be how it is in reality. This person may feel like they have kind of cheated you out of something. Maybe for some of you, there has not been closure in this connection, and this person is feeling like they would like to give you closure. They feel sad and remorseful. I think with this combination of cards, they may feel guilty, but maybe they're showing the world a different kind of view of them. So yeah, if they seem super happy on social media or something, I would be aware of that. Maybe there are cycles they've put you through where they know they've caused you to be sad. This may have been something that's gone on for a long time. How are they feeling towards pile 2, please, Spirit? I do feel like they're kind of looking at you. They may have made you an option. They may feel confused about how they feel at the moment. I feel that they may be looking at you from a distance, thinking about whether or not there's longevity in this, or whether there's something that they can kind of pursue, whether there's expansion in this. They feel sexually drawn to you. I feel like they want to communicate with you. They feel like you may be a bit guarded with them. Also, they may have held back. They may kind of blow up your phone 1 minute and then ghost you the next, which is pretty annoying. How do they feel about pile 2? How do they feel about pile 2? Yeah, there's something here. There's been some kind of block. So they may like blow up your phone 1 minute and then block you the next, or there's just been a block in your connection. There may have been a third party situation. Maybe some of you want to watch pile 1, or there's just been some past heartbreak and there's regret around that. It feels to me like they want healing. They want to move past this. They do feel some kind of connection, and they also may not say all that they feel. Let's investigate this a little bit further. I would say the first wave of their feeling is guilt and sadness, and perhaps like they haven't closed out a cycle that they needed to finish. There's unfinished business. Underneath that, they feel a connection to you. You may complete them in some way, but they know that there's unfinished business as well. How does pile 2 feel about the people watching this, please, Spirit? Yeah, the 3 of Wands again. There's a question of whether or not this has the ability to actually be something real and expansive in the real world, and they feel there's a block around that. So they feel like there's blocked progress towards moving forwards. For some of you, this could be someone at a distance from you, and that long distance kind of thing is creating a block. But if you haven't listened to my intro, listen to my intro, because if someone truly cares about you, then distance won't actually be a factor. But for some of you, distance is a factor, or the fact that they feel like there's no potential for growth. They could have been... They don't want to give up, though, on this, which is kind of weird. But whatever it is going to happen really slowly. So you're going to have to be very patient with this person. You're very empathic, intuitive. They see that. They feel that you are caring and loving. So I guess that might be part of the reason why they don't want to totally give up on this. I feel you're a very pure person. It came through in the beginning, this purity, but we do have another queen, the Queen of Wands. Some of you, this is a same-sex situation, or you're asking about a friend or someone you work with. But for others of you, I feel that it could be that work is an element that's getting in the way of the connection, or there could be another woman or person, female energy, but not gender specific. Your person is trying to do what makes them happy, which is not a bad thing, but that may involve waiting for you, as in you may be waiting a while. How does pile 2's person feel? The Magician and the High Priestess. There is some kind of spiritual dimension to this that they feel. They may feel that there's more going on than they can't understand it. I'm finding it hard almost to articulate, so this person may find it hard to put into words, this connection. It may be a lot that's kind of under the radar here. Pile 2, what do they need to know? I'm very drawn to like the pomegranate, yin. They feel that you're this very feminine, very receptive, very intuitive person, pure, like a beautiful well they want to drink from. Is that, yeah, loyal heart. They feel you're loyal. They feel these are very kind of crown chakra colors as well. It's a spiritual center. They feel you're divine. I don't know why they have this sadness around it and this sense that they've deceived you. Maybe they used you to get ahead in some way, or they kind of didn't value you in some way, or they napped on this situation. You know, they slept on this opportunity, or for some of you especially, there may be communication in your dreams. They may dream of you. It may be a bit haunting for them. I feel they see that you're a valuable person. What's the issue with pile 2's people? What's the problem with this connection? What do we need to know? What is this that's blocking it? I feel like for some of you, they are juggling another person, or they're just not sure how this could work in the real world. It may be that there needs to be something that comes to an end in order for this to progress. They may not want change. They may be resistant to change. How they feel about you is they see you as this divine, feminine, receptive energy, but how do they feel? Act as if your partner's here. Oh, I was going to say some of you may be manifesting with the Magician, and this is a card of manifestation, but I also do feel like they feel you even though you're not with them, through dreams and things like that. Act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you'll always consider them. I think they feel your energy with them even when you're not with them, through dreams, things like that. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Maybe you've just had impeccable, you've just behaved impeccably in this. Maybe this person has really made you sad and done something that wasn't kind and kind of deceived you in some way, and you've just had grace throughout, because I feel like they see you as graceful in the way that you've handled yourself and you've handled what they've done. I think they feel you're very kind, and they feel that you're with them, even though there may be some kind of distance factor or something where they feel like, would it actually work in the real world? Pile 2. death. Something here needs to transform. For some of you, this is an ex and they feel that there's been this painful ending. But get a personal reading if you want more info, and remember to vote in the next poll, because then your energies will go into the readings about the next reading. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Much love, light and positivity to you guys. Take care. Okay, pile 3. Let me just connect in quickly to you. Asking for all past energies to be released and connecting into pile 3 now, please, Spirit. Showing all chances, changes, possibilities, probabilities, anything we need to know for pile 3 for their highest good, around how their person of interest is feeling towards them. My gatekeeper guide, keeping me safe and protected, connecting into my higher self, my team of light, my angels, ancestors and guides, closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields and wrapping us in universal love, light and protection at the end of the reading. Remember to vote in the next poll for the next reading, so your energies go in. This was the highest ranking reading request. This is going to be your pile. I'm going to choose a oracle card first. Please like, comment and subscribe for a chance to win a free reading when I get to 3,000 subscribers, and for the energy exchange. I appreciate it. Okay, pile 3. How is the person on your mind feeling about you at the moment? Spirit, please give clear messages. It feels to me that this person feels you're very protective. Cancer energy is all about home and family. It's a protective energy. You and your loved ones are safe. I think you're important to this person. You may protect yourself, but you may have a very loving interior, and I think they feel that. For some of you, they feel like there's something that needs to kind of be completed here, or there needs to be a conclusion reached within you. I feel that something is going to be released to enable a new beginning with this new moon and full moon. That moon cycles may be important. You may have been doing rituals to do with the moon cycles, or they may know that you're someone who's into that. But also I feel like there's been a release in this connection towards a new beginning. How does pile 3's person feel about them? Please, Spirit. I'm going to take, actually I'll take all of these. They feel like they want to see you. They feel like they want to see you, they want to have fun, they want some new energy in this connection. They feel like there's been some kind of sadness, and they want now to have some kind of fun. For some of you, they could have been dealing with somebody else and that's come to an end, and now they want to kind of enjoy themselves, because we have the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Cups, and in the 5 of Cups, he's looking at 3 cups that are spilt. And that's the 3 of Cups. So for some of you, this person may have been dealing with a third party or a situation where that's come to an end, or that's been distracting them, and they haven't been able to give you the time and energy. But that may be the thing that's concluded. I feel they want to see you. They want a new beginning. I said the moon was significant, and then the moon card came out. For some of you, there have been cycles in the connection, endings and beginnings. This person has a lot of passion towards you. They may see you as very creative. They may be themselves someone who's very creative. Let's see. How does pile 3's person feel about them currently? How does pile 3's person feel about them currently? They feel like they want this release of whatever this heavy burden between you has been. You may have kind of had enough, and walked away and released this. And this is making them want to come back towards you. They see you as someone solid and stable. You may be an earth sign. You may not be accepting an offer from them at this moment. Feels like you're prioritizing yourself to me, which is a good thing. Yeah, exactly. With that 9 of Cups, definitely. I'm on point with that. It's literally coming out as I'm saying it. It seems to me like you're focused on your own happiness, and this person is aware of that. In the past, you may have been someone who took on a lot of other people's burdens. but you realize that you weren't going to be able to get to where you want to go if you're taking on other people's burdens. So you've kind of dropped that, and you're walking away from anything that doesn't serve you, even though it may still feel loaded and charged. You're kind of prioritizing yourself, and that's making this person value you. So it's not a bad thing. How does this person feel about pile 3? Yeah, they definitely want to offer you something, and they want to be in your warmth again. They want to be in your warm energy. They want to give you a small offer or an apology. They feel anxious about it. They feel nervous, but they feel excited. They may be looking you up online, or there's definitely a desire here to communicate. They may communicate quickly and clumsily and a bit in an immature way, but they mean well, but like they're just making mistakes. This fish is flying out of the cup. This is a card of communication that's quick and unthought through. So they're like splurging something out, it feels like, because they really want to be in your warmth. Some of you may be a Leo, or they may be a Leo. Leo and earth sign energy is represented here. But yeah, they feel that you're this warm thing, and they want to be in your light after they've been in a dark night of the soul. They may have been wrestling some inner demons. I feel like that is the thing that's come to an end. That's the thing that's concluding here. They feel that you're very strong. They feel in some ways you tame them, but also they feel safe with you. They definitely want they want to offer you something. Yeah, for sure. With 2 aces, I like this, piles. I can't remember, I've been channeling the whole time. Pile 1 and pile 2, I felt a bit more heavy in the energy. This one I feel good, but I don't know what I said in the beginning of it at all. But I know that this person wants to offer you something, and I kind of trust them. Yes, they may have been confused in the past, or they may have been distracted by things, or they may have been dealing with other things, but that has come to an end for sure. If this person was dealing with somebody else, I think it's come to an end, especially if it was a serious commitment in some way. But this person, they may feel like you're not going to be receptive. But if it was me and I was reading for myself and I got these energies, I would think, no, this person, they truly want to be in my energy. Like, they truly do get it. Come to the edge. They want to take a leap of faith with you. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel spirit around me. I'm getting goosebumps, higher power. Maybe they've been shown something through spirit. Maybe something that was really not built on a firm foundation had to fall apart for them. It feels like they're in a bit of a period of recovery. You may not hear from them yet. They may have some abandonment wounds, or they may have lost someone, or something may have come seriously to an end. But there will be an exchange coming in after this period of like grief that they might have to go through. Was it your pile where I said there was an unfinished symphony? Or was that pile 2? Maybe some pile 2 people are watching this. But I did get cycles with you guys, right? I kept saying unfinished symphony in pile 2. Maybe some pile 2 people watch pile 3. But they do feel either way that even if you've had these cycles, and beginnings and ends, they feel like there's something unfinished here with you two. That music may be important in this connection as well. Let me just get one more card for pile 3. Final messages. How does that person feel? What do you need to release? Yeah, they need to release something. I think they have, though. Prosperity lies ahead. And I think that will clear the way. Maybe for some of you, they haven't fully released what they needed to release. But for a lot of you, that process is coming to, that's happening. Yes, just say yes. I think they're ready to say yes to this connection. Of course, get a personal reading, but they've had some kind of tower moment. They've clung on too long to something from the past. This could be just past patterns they have. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a job. It could be addictions. It's different for all of you. You need a personal reading to get personal stuff, but there's something that they have released from the past that isn't serving them, and they're longing for you. You feel like home. You may be light workers. You may be a light worker. They just want to say yes. It's come out twice. So for this pile, this person is optimistic. Yes, there's some sadness. There's stuff that has come to an end, but they're optimistic about you. They want to go for it. Yeah, that's all I've got time for, though. I'm going to close down the energies, restoring the auric fields, wrapping us in universal love, light, and protection. Like, share, subscribe, get a reading if you need one, vote in the poll. I'll be doing readings again every week now. Much love, light, and positivity to you all. Take care.